drop it off, but actually have somebody there that can, ask questions about it, but not just some salesperson, but like a scientist person. That's great. I think for something like the QIAcube, it's not very necessary that somebody's there for a long time, but even if it's just, somebody staying there for, maybe 2 hours or so to just go like, okay, here are some samples, maybe this is how you could run it. These kind of things, because normally you would be expected as a scientist to then come in and have like your experiment kind of set up in a way that you would then have to use this and then you test it or something. But it's really always like a strain of like coming up with some sort of experiment that, has nothing to do with what you're actually doing, just to test the machine. So I actually would think that's really great if they had some samples, even just saying, look how easy it is. Stick it in here, ta-da, 5 minutes later you have this thing, whatever it is. I think that would be great. And even then, when that person has left, it would be good to have like a direct email to somebody like this, to not just have like a, general, here's a technical service hotline or something like this, but somebody that you can actually directly speak to, and maybe even like build some sort of relationship with, because I like building relationships. You use so many different things and you come across so many different people, and when you have somebody like a small company like the one I work in, where you're growing and you might be growing with the reagents in a way that you might want to order more of them, and maybe you want a second QIAcube, these kind of things. I would think that's nice to have the same person be in an interaction, and it not just be like a sales rep who doesn't know how to use the thing. So yeah, I think that would be nice to have this like contact.
So a dedicated on-site and remote person that's assigned to.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be somebody who's like available 24/7, but just that when you're talking to that person, you're like, okay, yeah, no, remember when we did this together, and then they could have some sort of account, like for example, BD do this for their flow cytometers, which sure is a much more complex machine, fine, but still, it's very helpful to kind of go like, oh yes, I remember, there was a problem with whatever the lasers, and then you can go from there. You don't have to like explain the whole like thing from the beginning again.
Yep, all makes perfect sense. Any other customer interaction must-haves or nice-to-haves on instrumentation or any other types of orders that you're doing?
I think, nice to have is always these kind of interactions where you're feeling that somebody's interested in not just selling you something, but like interested for you to like succeed in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds really cynical, but sometimes you just feel like a bit of a transactional, just like something in a transaction where you're like, okay, I'm a sales rep, I'm selling you this, then I'm getting my cut from this, however many I'm selling, and that's fine. But maybe it's too like optimistic to think that maybe it would be be nice when people, I don't know, show that they care. Maybe they don't care, I don't know, but I enjoy having conversations with people that very often these people have some sort of science background, and then when you have somebody who's interested and they talk to you about this, it's nice, because it feels like they thought about it and they thought about you and what you're doing, and it's just a different, like, that to me would be a really positive interaction that I would remember, rather than just like, okay, you buy this, here, I drop it off, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got you. So what I would like to do now in the time that we have left is talk a little bit about how a company sort of represents itself. And so this is often, referred to as like the voice of the brand, the tone of voice, mm-hmm. right? So mm-hmm. It comes across in the words they use when they are talking about themselves, or they're describing things on their website or in brochures or whatever it may be. It also comes in the form of imagery. So let's take a look at a couple images here, and I want to get your perspective on these as soon as you can see them.
1 sec. Sorry, I had this. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Got it? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So, if you were to log into, if you were to go to a web page for, a life science or clinical diagnostic provider like a QIAGEN or a Thermo or BioLegend or whoever it may be, you may see, images on the homepage and throughout the site. Here's an example of some types of images, not necessarily this exact combination, but images like this on the site. What are your thoughts here on these first couple rounds of images?
I'm not sure why the lady on the left is looking at a bottle that looks like a perfume bottle, so that doesn't seem like necessarily very scientific to me. So I would be like confused why that's there. Parts of these look more like it would be more like a medical company, like the bottom right one there with a baby there. I don't know what that's trying to tell me. I'm trying to buy some sort of science stuff. But I do like the hands that are holding something, nice high quality images. The person who is wearing a lab coat and looks very happy. That's nice. We want to be happy in a lab coat. I'm not sure what the father with the child and the one that is being, just two underneath as well. I'm not sure. That doesn't seem very science connected to me. I'm not like, I don't know. Not sure.
So some of the, daily life images versus the lab and science focused images. There's a disconnect there.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the daily life images, like also the two women on the right, just almost looks like I could see them in it could also be in a tampon commercial, I'm not sure. But no, it's fine. They look happy. The images are fine. I just don't it doesn't give me the science context here.
Right. So the context for the more life focused images doesn't really,
not doing it for me. I don't know.
Say science to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But what about in conjunction, right? So if you have the combination of them with the lab images on your website, does that work or does it not really work for you?
For me, it doesn't really. I find it confusing. It seems like it's it's the context maybe. If if it's like your, this for example could look like the, click here to contact our technical service and customer support. Look at us, like all sorts of different people, and we do science and we have a computer. Look in the microscope, we help you. This, okay, fine. But on the other page, it's just kind of looked kind of random. I do like the focus of the lady on the left. I don't know why she's looking at a perfume bottle. So put I don't know, some sort of, put a column in her hand or something that's, sciencey that gives more of a context. But the images there with the children, I'm just not sure, that doesn't,
Got it.
Strange.
Makes perfect sense to me. Okay. So then we have some different types of imagery that we can look at for use on a website, for instance. So this obviously doesn't have text filled in yet. I imagine you would write something in this circle at some point, but this is the template for imagery that can be layered in somewhere on a site depicting information. What do you think about this style?
I like it. I don't understand the top right one.